Many thanks for joining us on KTN Prime. Our sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen is Meresha Owiti. Like we said, Kajiado Central, it's a very tight race, basically turning out to be a two-horse race. Ben, you want to speak to Ian?
Yes, indeed. In the morning, there were three of them. There is Nkashoma Kuntai, the independent candidate. There is Memusi Kanchory, the ODM candidate, and Patrick Tutui, the JAP candidate. It is between those. It has turned out to be a two-horse race, a very tight neck-and-neck affair. Let's now get crossover live to Kajiado, where KTN's Ian Wafula is standing by. Ian, what are the latest numbers?
Well, Ben, just like you'd said, it's a tight race, and actually from where I'm standing right now, just before I go to the results, I mean, there's a lot of anxiety here, there's a lot of tension. The numbers are just ranging between 10 to 200. Like, it's very uneasy to predict who at this point is going to win this race, a tight race that is between Jubilee Alliance parties, Patrick Tutui, and ODM's Elijah Memusi. And now, if we just have those numbers on the screen, what you're seeing right now, we have Memusi, who has 13,838. We also have Patrick Tutui, who has 13,606. Those are the numbers you are seeing on your screen right now. A very tight race. The numbers keep changing every minute. I tell you, Ben, it is a tight race, and there's a lot of tension going on right here. Ben?
But Ian, before you tell us what happened during the day, there were reports of voter bribery claims by the ODM part of the elections. What is that?
Yes, thank you for that, Ben. Actually, at around 4 p.m. there was a lot of drama. The only time that this by-election was faced by drama. 3 men, we are not sure of this number, it's between 3 to 5 people who are arrested at Al Huda polling station. These guys had tried to bribe the people on the queue. It was just about voter bribery, and initially, people managed to identify them with bags of money, and when they opened these bags, they found bundles of notes, that is, of up to 300,000, all ranging from 100 to 1,000, and this angered the residents there. Luckily enough, because of the tight security that has been brought to this area, the police were able to rescue the men from mob justice, and they rushed them to the Kajiado Central police station, where they recorded statements. I believe you're looking at the pictures right now. Those are some of the bundles of cash that you are seeing, and so they were taken to the Kajiado Central by-election, where they are there. And Ben, if I can just give you an update of the day's voting progress. At 6 a.m., all polling stations, 87 of them, opened up to all the electorates here in Kajiado Central. Earlier on, there was low voter turnout, and the IEBC official until 12 p.m. there was only like a 50% voter turnout, but later on they expect that these numbers changed, and we also had a chance to talk to IEBC Commissioner, that is Thomas Letangula, who said that this election is free and fair, and IEBC has done its place. Let us just listen into what Thomas Letangula had to say.
Safika kama zaidi karibu 60-70 namna hiyo. Basi sisi tumefurahi kufikia saa 11 kura vituo zinafungwa, na transmission tunatarajia by 7 hiyo kazi imeisha, ama kufikia saa 3 namna hiyo. Kwa hivyo tuko sawa kabisa, kama IBC tumefurahia, na tunaona ikiendelea hivi kazi itaisha vizuri.
And indeed, Ben, you know that we have 3 candidates in this by-election. We have Jubilee Alliance, Patrick Tutui. We also have Elijah Memusi. And what you're seeing there right now is the candidates who are voting at their various polling stations. They voted at different locations. And one thing to note, Ben, is that the 3 of these candidates are actually coming from within the same region. And if you can see the votes from this Ilbisil area, you'll notice that the votes there have split completely, just because they are coming from the same area. Now, we also had a chance to listen to what each of the candidates had to say, and one important thing that came out from talking to them was that all of them are ready to accept defeat should they not win. Let us listen into that right now.
I appeal to all our supporters, the JAP supporters, to be calm, vote with without any fear and expect very, very good results. I believe at the end of the day we'll be winners.
Ningewaambia tu wa conduct credible, free and fair election.
Things are looking good. I would say up to where we are, it's flowing on well. There are a few places that queues are too long. A few complaints that the machines are a bit slow. But we are optimistic that this exercise will go on well.
Well, Ben, you have there, those were the three candidates who are vying for the Kajiado Central by-election. Now, whatever has a beginning has an ending, and so voting came to a close at around 5 p.m. and only those who were on the lines were able to be allowed to vote. Otherwise, the polling stations that had finished voting up to until 5 p.m., voting began, and counting of the votes rather began, and I can't believe that is what you are seeing on the screen. Counting of the votes started at around 5 p.m. and they were transmitted to Maasai Training Institute electronically. And I can confirm to you that up to now, right now, we have not had any results that have failed to be delivered here. And if we can just have a look at the provisional results on the screen, just so that we see what is on the screen. If we can just have a look at some of the provisional results as at right now.
And Ian, if you can hear me as we look at those results, apart from the tight race that is coming out of this Kajiado Central by-election, what we have seen from these numbers, which are provisional and it's unofficial, is that there is a very large voter turnout, just upwards of 80%. Have you been able to speak to the IEBC?
Well, Ben, we were only able to speak to the IEBC commissioner, that is Thomas Letangule, and by that time, which was around 3 p.m., he was very impressed with the turnout, unlike earlier before when he had said the voter turnout was 50%. And so he's very confident that indeed they have done a good job. And of course, we're waiting to see who will be the winner of the Kajiado Central constituency. There's a lot of anxiety here right now. This room is packed from security personnel to the residents around. We also have local leaders. We have some from TNA. We have like the Kajiado Senator, that is Peter Mositet. We also have Stephen Kariuki all the way from Mathare constituency. We have Gladys Wanga all the way from Western Kenya, and we also have Jacoyo Midio of ODM. We also have Kabando of TNA, among many other leaders here. And of course, we are waiting to see. It's a tight race, and of course, the mood here is very tense. Back to you, studio.
Ian, just finally before I let you go, I don't know how many of those polling stations have, made their way to the tallying center with their results. According to the IBC, what time are we looking at? What time shall we be knowing the winner in Kajiado Central?
Sorry, Ben, I could not hear you. Please come again.
I'm saying, what do we have a projection of maybe what time and the IBC will be having an idea of who the winner is in Kajiado Central?
Well, speaking to Thomas Letangule earlier on, he was confident that all this vote counting will be over by 7 p.m. But as you can see, right now it is even hard for them to tell who is going to win and at even what time. But we are hoping that within the next 1 hour we shall be knowing who is the winner of this election. Ben.
Thank you, Ian. Brilliant. We shall be coming over to you for the latest numbers as and when you get them. That's KTN's Ian Wafula coming to you live from Kajiado, and a neck-and-neck affair, like we said, Linda, and it's an epic battle between JAP and ODM. JAP, this is their first electoral test. ODM are trying to defend the seat.
Political analysts were actually very clear. This was going to be a two-horse race. It was going to be JAP and ODM. So let's see how this plays out. Of course, Ian Wafula is keeping an eye on that for you. Let me set the stage for you. Kajiado Central by-election. We have three candidates: Memusi Kanchory of ODM, Patrick Tutui of JAP, and of course Nkashuma Kuntai, who is an independent candidate. From the information that we're getting,